All right, welcome to round 5, our final round for today. We are on the play. My hand is very land heavy and has a Sun Titan, so I'm pretty happy to mulligan that one. This hand looks quite good. Nothing terribly exciting, but has a bird on 1 and has some stuff to do, so hard to pass up on an Oath of Nissa. I'm going to keep that one. Fixes my mana for Saheeli and potentially finds me a Saheeli, which will go pretty well with this here Felidar Guardian, so... It's interesting, today we haven't got to do a lot of, value shenanigans with our Saheeli. We've largely just been trying to combo with it, but there are a lot of situations where Saheeli will just get you a lot of value off of some of your creatures in particular, especially things like Renegade Ralliers. Okay, so it looks like we might be up against Elves here. So against Elves, it's pretty important for me to just be rushing out of the gate here. We are largely just racing. I think because of that, I'm actually going to Oath here instead of like Kitchen Finks. I think if I was playing against a different kind of deck, I would be much more interested in, or if I was just blind still, I would be much more interested in just playing Kitchen Finks, getting the most out of my mana for sure. But I really do need to look for some relevant stuff, and I'm hoping to like Felidar blink this next turn if I don't have a Saheeli yet, or maybe even if I do. I'm probably going to need this land here to ensure that I can Felidar, so I'm going to take that instead of being greedy and also taking this wall. So now I have Wall Oath on the bottom. I will shock off that rather than give my opponent additional information and play the Pebble Garden. So we'll play that and the Scavenging Ooze, just to get some use out of our mana. Scavenging Ooze unlikely to be anything other than a 2/2 for 2 here. The game is likely going to be too fast, and things are largely going to be not dying. I also just don't have a path or anything, so I can't deal with like an Azuri or an Archdruid, so again, it is just a pure race here. My opponent slams an Azuri onto the table. I wonder if they have Devoted Druid. I guess they would be summoning sick. I was going to say, I wonder if they have Devoted Druid Vizier in their hand, but they probably would have led on Druid. Oh, you know what? I should have shocked there. I was thinking about being conservative with my life total, but those 2 cards in the bottom I don't particularly want. So I'd have a slightly, really small, better chance of finding Saheeli if I had not fetched. So I think it would have been better for me to have not done that. Alright, unfortunately we got saddled up with the forest. Now we have Oath and Eldritch Evolution on the bottom. I could attack with this Ooze. I think I could potentially want to block with it, and the two life points subtract from my opponent is not relevant here. Again, I really am just racing. Really do need to find a Saheeli. Running out of ways to do that, though. For sure. Alright, opponent has a Collected Company. Main phase it. Archdruid. Sure. So now this is already a 4/4, so it's getting in there. Sounds like a plan to me. She's dead next turn now. Alright, Saheeli. Wall of Omens. Okay, we can still hit a Saheeli and still cast it. And Noble Hierarch. So I should just be dead now. They get to make 8, 9. I guess they wouldn't even tap this. They get to make 8, 9, 10 mana. Activate this twice. I guess I'm not just flat dead. Well, instead of doing all the math on my turn and wasting my clock, I'm just going to play Kitchen Finks and say go to my opponent and assume I am dead. We'll see. 3, 4, 5. I guess they could activate it once, tap only 1 Archdruid. Then this is 6. I guess we could say 9, 12, 15, 19. I mean, I can live through 19, right? So if they activate them both, sure, that's free. Why not? So if they tap these both for now 12 mana, that's 12, 15, 19. It's 19 either way. It's 19 either way. Am I potentially not? No, that doesn't matter. Yeah, so I'm definitely living here, and I don't have to use my Felidar Guardian. I really only have to block with, like, Wall Finks or Wall Ooze. I mean, I'm going to block with Wall Finks, but I basically get another draw step out of the deal. And we have a few cards that can trip us, obviously. We have Oaths. We have Wall. Another company. I'm not sure what they're looking for here. Sure. Guess if they found like Archdruid. Yeah, it wouldn't really matter. So now they're only coming at me for 13. No, they get to activate again. Yeah, so they are coming at me for the full 19. As we had originally anticipated. And put a regen shield on that. Why not? So we just have to throw 5 points of toughness at least. Which I will do with this and this. I guess if I draw another Felidar Guardian... Am I going to want more? I guess I could just block with this too, right? I might want more life to shock here. There's really no reason why not. It's not like I need it, and I'm just dead regardless next turn. Yep. I guess I was going to gain the 2 Kitchen Finks life, but so I don't imagine it could be relevant, but it just doesn't matter to have the ooze. Path to Exile. Well, I can hit the Azuri and block 4 things and die, so gonna pack it in. We tried to find Saheeli. Maybe if I hadn't fetched, although probably not still. Okay, so against Elves, I had screwed around with some stuff. We were playing Cataclysmic Gearhulk for a while, the white Gearhulk, and that was actually quite good against Elves and Merfolk and things like that. But I do not have that any longer. So we're going to be doing stuff like Gaddock and Staticaster. Gaddock good against Cord and Company. Staticaster good against just many Elves. Path is important here, and Linvala is the good one. Linvala is the one we want to find as much as possible. Obviously, their deck much worse when they can't activate their creature's abilities. So because of that, we're also going to want the 4th evolution. It's also hard for our opponent to interact with that. Certainly, we do not want Unified Will, Negate, Kataki, Rest in Peace. Eidolon of Rhetoric is okay, although largely going to hurt me nearly as much as it's going to hurt my opponent. And most of the time, my opponent can get under this by the time I'm actually casting it. Although on the play, it's respectable. The rest of these, I mean, Baloth is like, man, most of the time they're just doing so much to you, it doesn't matter. So things like this and this are largely irrelevant. Even stuff like Kitchen Finks. I mean, if my opponent's doing their like medium game plan, it can matter. But it feels like Renegade and Rallier matters more just for ramp. Voice of Resurgence is largely uninteresting in this matchup. So let's probably cut that. Eternal West can return paths, so I do like it. Wall of Omens gets me to the cards that do matter. Oozes just don't matter. Let's get those out before Voices. So I'm definitely happy with these 5 for these 5. The question is an Eidolon of Rhetoric better than one of these cards? And it may be better than 4th Voice of Resurgence. I still have a reasonable amount. The only reason I'm hesitant to cut 2 drops, by the way, if you might have noticed, is I just want to still have enough things to go from 2 to 4, especially when I'm trying to hit Linvala. But I guess on the play, I will put this in my deck. I mean, if I have it in my opener and a dork, I can play it on turn 2, and hopefully it's still good. We'll see. Like I said, it can be annoying for me, though. This hand's quite slow, but I do have a path if they only have one relevant guy, and I do have the combo, and I'm on the play, so it's kind of hard to say no. I'm going to keep, obviously. I think I might actually just play Scattered Groves here, and then next turn I have, like, Oath plus Path. Could, like, try an Oath into a 2-drop and then use my fetch line to play the 2-drop, and then I can't, like, play Saheeli on 3, which is a little awkward for me. Close this. Llanowar Elves, yep. Alright, we drew another path, which is not bad. I'm going to lead on Forest Oath here. Gaddock is probably more relevant than this Temple Garden, although I do need a 4th land. I think I'm going to be greedy and take the Teague. Although, I don't know. I kind of already hate that. There's like my opponent, me being on the play and having 2 paths, I'm likely going to be able to slow my opponent down enough. But if they just go like Dwynen's Elite here, even something like this, it's hard to protect the Saheeli now. So I'm much better off going like Gaddock Teeg, hold up path, and then try to Felidar. Ooh, wow, I really want to hit that land now. Sorry, we need to play some, or tap some white mana rather for that. Yeah, now I really want to hit my 4th land drop. Archdruid. So we do need to pass that one, even if... Sure. Even if we get the Linval in play, that one's still important to get rid of, so... Something in my eye there. Alright, let's see here. I definitely need white mana, of course, which limits me to Hallowed Fountain, Temple Garden, and I do have Staticaster in my deck, so Hallowed Fountain it is. It's unfortunate we're giving our opponent a land here, but obviously if we don't resolve our Linvala, it's going to be far more mana than that anyway. There's an argument for, like, just try to resolve your Linvala, don't path this. But the fact that it pumps their team makes it a good path target regardless. Alright, not hitting the land there and hitting a Renegade Rallier is a pretty big bummer. Since this Rallier, of course, does nothing, and I basically have a bunch of 4s I want to play, plus this Saheeli that's going to be difficult for me to protect unless I'm trading off my Gaddock Teeg, which is, like... pretty insane. I think I Saheeli plus anyway. This game's getting away from us now. I don't think I can take this entire turn off just to path, especially if I'm trying to path something like a Nettle Sentinel. It's not very exciting. There's a good chance my opponent's going to want to use their mana rather than attack next turn anyway, so it might actually be hard for them to pressure the Saheeli Rai. So I kind of have to hope my opponent just takes a different line, I suppose. But it would have been very nice to either play Felidar or Linvala here. Yeah, I can't cast that, so I'm going to bottom it even though it's very powerful. My opponent may just draw like 3rd land, play like Archdruid, and then just have a ton of pressure for the Saheeli, but... Dwynen's Elite, sure. Board state quickly getting out of control, so with a board state like this, I basically do just have to combo my opponent, unless I was planning on... I guess that's not true. I mean, I can get Linval in play and still have this path for like a Lord. So this is also a Lord. Things are bad. Really just need to draw land here. Yeah, okay. So I basically have to combo my opponent now. I think the board state is too out of control, so we just have to draw land here and our opponent dies. If we do not, we're in some trouble. We'll let Saheeli take it. It doesn't matter. We have to play Felidar to blink it to start the combo anyway. Sweet. All right. I think we're just going to run it back the same way. It's always a sweat playing a deck like this. You need that land to kill your opponent. If you don't, you're probably just dead. Always a sweat. But who doesn't like a good sweat from time to time? All right. So we're of course going to be on the draw this game. This matchup is kind of play draw dependent, so that can be an issue. Yeah, this hand's just a little too clunky. Even if I hit a land off of this, I do have paths, but I'm in a pretty bad shape. Even with my opponent mulliganing, I think I need to mulligan. This hand looks much, much better. Very happy to see this. Opponent's down to 5. Don't need an additional Felidar Guardian, but we'll need a land. Static caster. All right, well, let's make sure we get... I guess we were going to anyway, but extra reason to get stomping around here. But if I don't draw the land, perhaps I will Static caster next turn, unless my opponent's just like Lord here, then of course we won't. Oh, they are on the Devoted Druid plan. Alright, well now I'm just super, super interested in Static casting those Mystics. That's quite good against the combo, but of course I'm not really worried. They have one card, so I'm not particularly worried about getting comboed here. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I just Static caster. Obviously there's a chance I kill my opponent next turn if I try to have the draw land situation again, but I just can't. I can't pass up this. That just looks too good for us. Next turn we can even kill it 2/2 with our Felidar Guardian plus Static caster, so... Opponent may have company here. Path that on my upkeep. Well, we'll put a damage on that. No reason not to. We'll definitely take our land here. Teague. Opponent's on no cards, and now we have the mana required, so we're definitely just on Saheeli plus and try to kill our opponent next turn. Hopefully we can bottom here. I wonder if that's a bottom. It's hard to believe that that would be a bottom. Actually, what if this dies? But it would die to path, so I get a land anyway, and then it just doesn't matter. So yeah, I guess we'll top. In case our opponent has like something super random. Alright, looks like we got there. Unfortunately our opponent did mulligan to 5. But certainly makes it a little bit less of a game. But that does happen, unfortunately. It is Magic. Alright. Well, I appreciate you hanging out with me and watching. I hope you enjoyed the content, and I'll certainly be back with some more on modernnexus.com. Have a good one.